Hello everyone and welcome to a new video, this time titled Why Low-Key joining LAX was awesome. So last week Low-Key showed up out of nowhere, stomping Alberto's chest through the ring. Then he turns his back at the hard cam and we see the LAX letters in the back of his jacket. Low-Key joining LAX, it's a big deal because it opens up a lot of possibilities. Could Low-Key be our next world champion? Will we get to see Lashley get in the mix if he wins his match at Destination X? Could we see not only Alberto versus Low-Key at Destination X, but maybe a rivalry between Lashley, Alberto and Low-Key in the near future? But let's start from the beginning. Ever since Low-Key's big return happened at Impact Wrestling, he obviously went for the X Division title at first, and not only won the title the same night that he returned, but he had an awesome rivalry with Sanjay Dutt, which concluded at Slammiversary. After that, we really didn't know what will happen to him. At first, it looked like he will have some kind of rivalry with Matt Sydal. Meanwhile, Sanjay and Trevor Lee were having their own story. But in the past 2 weeks, things have just changed in an unpredictable way. And this makes you think that this is the real reason why Sydal and Low-Key decided to sign with GFW this year. Just think about it. Sydal has been grinding his way up since his debut, and now, after Slammiversary, he's getting his big moment in a match against Lashley at Destination X. Meanwhile, Low-Key not only won the X Division title and was a part of Slammiversary, but now is actually on the main event scene, up there with Alberto and Lashley. Low-Key will possibly become the world champion at Destination X, and just like Sanjay Dutt, after 10 plus years, finally achieved his goal of becoming the X Division champion for the first time, we may finally see Low-Key as the world champion in Impact Wrestling. So the reason why I'm doing this video is because right after joining LAX, Low-Key was backstage with Homicide, and the GFW cameras followed him. Then he cut a promo addressing Alberto, sending a direct message to him saying, "You defeat Walking Armageddon and now you're the hero. You come to my house, you put your feet up on my table," and basically calling out Alberto, letting him know that even though the fans seem to accept him, Alberto will always carry the weight of having things handed to him. Even after all that Alberto has done and continues to do for Impact Wrestling, his first match with Lashley, his match with Magnus, the 6 Eyes of Steel with EC3, and the main event of Slammiversary against Lashley, he still has dues to pay in the eyes of Low-Key. And this may be the last that Alberto can take. I can't wait to see the moment when Alberto just says, "You know what, I've tried to prove myself to you, to prove that I belong here, but you can't get over the fact that I'm here to stay. So I will no longer try to prove anything to anybody and, make a heel turn or something, or turn his back on the fans." So this can't possibly happen in a near future. But in the meantime, Alberto is really stressed out with LAX involving his family into this thing, being suspended and not appearing in the Impact live shows. So right now all the odds are against Alberto, and I love how Impact put his world champion in this situation. The fans' reaction is just amazing. The moment that they showed Low-Key as a threat to Alberto's title reign, almost everybody was on board with the idea of having Low-Key as the world champion. And how could you not be? He's basically the opposite of Alberto. He's a TNA original. He has been with Impact for many years before going to WWE Japan and then coming back to Impact Wrestling. That's why when he returned, GFW emphasized the idea of Low-Key as a TNA original, showing footage from 2002, saying he was in the first match ever for TNA, because they want the fans that have been with the company since the beginning, and the guys that love GFW enough to actually dig deep in its history to cheer for wrestlers that have been there forever and haven't received as much appreciation as we may think they deserve, which is the case for Sanjay Dutt and Low-Key. So that's basically it for this video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.